welcome back to another episode of Healthy Mind, Healthy Life, the podcast where I mean we talk about all related to health, wealth, wellness, and a lot of other things. But in today's episode is all about something we all crave, which is freedom. Yes. So let's be real. How many of us have felt stuck in a job that drain us? Or maybe wondered if there's a more to life than someone else's deadlines, company rules, and 9 to 5 routines, right? We have somehow, somewhere down the line, we have thought about it, right? So, dear listeners, well, what if I told you that there's a path to the financial growth and the lifestyle control that doesn't require starting a business from the scratch? Yes. So that's where franchising comes in. And today's guest knows the in and outs of it better than the most. Yeah. So please welcome James Hilovsky. So welcome to the show, James.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Amazing, amazing. So, dear listeners, before we start, I'll quickly update this to all the listeners. Um, dear listeners, James is a former minor league baseball player turned franchisee expert, and he's helped athletes, burned out professionals, and aspiring entrepreneurs find the right franchisee model to build a business that fits their values, lifestyle, and long term goals. So, with a portfolio of over 400 brands, from fitness and education to senior care and home services, he is a guide for anyone asking, "What's next for me?" Yes. So, whether you want more time, more impact, or just more freedom, then this conversation might just spark your next chapter. So, why to wait? Let's get started. Welcome to the show again, James.
Thank you so much again, man. I can't wait to get into it.
Lovely, lovely. So, James, you have lived your career pivots, like I mentioned, sports, restaurant work, now franchising. So, what drew you to this franchising as the model for reclaiming your time and building something meaningful?
Yeah. So really, for my journey, so my journey was, in baseball. That didn't work out. And then I went into the restaurant business and I helped it was 25 years in corporate America. And then another company said, "Hey, come work for us." And I went from, built out from 1 to 100 stores and was doing really well helping that company. And then the largest franchisee of that company asked me to work for them, so then we partnered up and we did our restaurants. We did a ice cream concept and we did a cookie dough concept. And then really it was owned, my partners were 2 NFL football players. And at that point, one of the brothers retired, the other got hurt and injured, couldn't fulfill his contract. So then they went out and went into the tequila business, and I have nothing against tequila, I just didn't know that ins and outs, but what I did know from all my years of experience was franchising and the world of franchising, so I decided I would help athletes, professionals, anybody looking to take control of their lives and that freedom, and I would show them franchise models that would fit for them and just help them make that decision, introduce them to the franchise, or then stay with them during the whole time to make sure it was a really good match. So, I mean, it was really, really important to me to help people along the lines because I'd seen a lot of people that were not very happy in their day-to-day life or just people that got into a particular franchise and weren't happy with that. So it really was something that I enjoy doing now and that I just really like helping people, find the right fit.
That's amazing, I have to say. And like, was there a specific moment where you realized that I need more control over my own life?
Yes, absolutely. So when I was working, just in building that one system from 1 to 100, I really had no time for anything else, and the big help was when the other company reached out and said, "Hey, come partner with us, just run our operations, but, we want you to have a nice, work-life balance, take control when you work. I trust you. I know you're great at what you do. So you work when you if you want to see your kids' baseball games or your daughter's water polo games, by all means go do that and just take control of your life. And that's when I really realized, wow, entrepreneurship, yes, it is a lot of hard work. It's not easy, but just that benefit of having that freedom in your life and just the feeling you have of just being able to do things without having to worry about having a conversation with your boss like, "Oh my gosh,
Mm,
my kids have 3 games this week. How am I gonna go say," yeah, you get all worked up even asking for time off.
true. Lovely. And that story actually hits home for so many people because um, the idea that we can own our future, not just kind of rent it from someone else, but is definitely, I believe, is the message that more people need to hear it. So, thank you so much for sharing this.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely is there's all types of when I run across candidates that come to me, it's like the number one thing is, I need some I need freedom in my life or I'm tired of working for someone and making them money and putting blood, sweat and tears in to this company, but I'm missing out on my life. My kids' life are going through, just flashing before my eyes and all I'm doing is working for this company and I'm missing out on that. So it's too great of the gift that we have to, just get wrapped up in a business that's not your own.
True, exactly. And like you work, like you mentioned about, um, uh, w- you work with people from like all walks of life, like the athletes, corporate leaders, dreamers. So, um, what do you see as the mindset shift? Like, uh, someone needs to successfully make the leap into a business ownership. What do you see?
Yeah, I really see one the main thing really is, hey, I wanna take control of my life. I want to have a plan. Sometimes that plan could be I'm immediately going to jump from corporate America into entrepreneurship and I'm gonna do that, help me find a business. Other times it may be, hey, my plan is I'm gonna go into business with my wife or significant other, and we're going to, you know, he or she's going to run the day to day, and then I'm going to continue working. But I'll know that there's that carrot at the end of the stick, and I will transition into the business once we get it up and going. And then I've had some candidates that go, I really kind of want to have a family business and generate generational wealth. So my kids are going to run this business, and then I'm gonna transition out of it, and we're gonna have 2 to 3, maybe even 4 units, and, we're just gonna make it a family business, but it all really all behind the thing that's behind it all is just to get that time, that freedom, and just that quality of life, depending on what stage of life, someone is. There was one candidate I had that was, a little bit older, and him and his wife just go, "You know what? The kids are gone, and we want to travel. We want to have a business that's flexible enough where we can put time in, but we could travel. We could go on cruises that we want, or we could travel when we want. And we just want to we want to be able to have a business, have something of our own, and make money, and help the community out in our business. But we also want to be able to do the things that we haven't been able to do of see the world."
Mm, that's true. That's definitely true. And wow. And also, like in this, uh, what kind of fears come up, like most often for the people in this transition? Like, how how do you help them to move through it?
Yeah, I would say really the biggest fear is just the fear of leaving that stable environment of the corporate world, and then, really you just kinda have to look about that and just go, take a leap, take a bet on yourself. The athletes they're really pretty good about that because they've been betting on themselves all their lives. The 9 to 5 professional, business people, it's that fear of the unknown of what could happen. And
Mm,
I would tell you after talking with almost any entrepreneur that you talk with, myself included, I would say the one thing that they're going to tell you is, "Gosh, I wish I would have done this sooner. I wish I would have taken that leap of faith sooner and done that." And believe me, it's very, very hard to do. But when you take that leap of faith, you bet on yourself. I think really, truly, your whole life improves. I believe your health improves. I believe your mindset improves. You're just in so much of a better state of mind because you're doing everything you're doing in your work environment is for yourself and to, impact your life. I would say, when I was working with franchisees and I would go into a restaurant and help a franchisee with a particular problem, when I was working for corporate, I would help a corporate store and I'd go, okay, that's great. That might bring them more time to bottom line. But when I work with a franchisee in his business and help maybe develop a system for him or help him with the problem that solved it, I was just like, I just made a difference in this person's life because I helped him in his business, and that might give him a little bit more time at home, or it's just going to make his time at work a little bit easier and put his mind at ease. So it really is, betting on yourself and just moving past that fear is just a huge, huge step.
Mm, got it. Understood. So, I mean, that's really powerful because um, fear of unknown is real, but so is regret from not betting on yourself. So, definitely that approach really balances courage with clarity. So, that's the good part of it. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I love that you said that, regret. Regret is terrible. You don't wanna live with regret and just, it would just say if anybody's thinking about, leaping into business ownership, the great thing about, franchise ownership in one word is really you have a playbook to follow. The franchisor is giving you that playbook. They're giving you that support, and they're gonna give you that ongoing support, but not only is the franchisor gonna give you support, but the franchisees that are in that system, they're gonna be giving you support, and they're gonna be your teammates. You can always call on them. So if you're looking at getting into a business and it's a franchise business, you are not jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. You have that parachute, you have that guidance, and you have that, peace of mind knowing, "Hey, I got a business partner in here that really wants me to succeed and has my back as well as other people that are running the same business that want me to succeed and have my back and gonna help me." So, in the franchise business world, you have a lot of support. You won't be in it all alone.
So, definitely. And like freedom is definitely a big word, and it means that different things to different people. So for some, like it's time with the family. For maybe for someone, it's kind of financial independence or creative space as well. So um how do franchisee businesses give people more control over their schedule and lifestyle? What do you have to say?
Yeah, so in the franchise business where like you said, freedom can be defined by a lot of different ways, business or just that knowing of financial freedom. So the franchisor and in a franchise system, that provides you with freedom with the support that hey, I'm gonna have the support to maybe achieve these goals and the support of helping to do the business. But also, it could be depending on the business, the franchisor might do all well, a lot of cases, might do all your marketing for you. You just have to follow a marketing plan, or in some aspects, they will have a call center. If you have a business that needs a call, that they will actually, man the call center for you, handle booking your appointments and just help you with lead generation. So a franchisor does many things that helps you, keeps your mind fresh and able to focus on the business and, helps you achieve those, freedom goals and support goals for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, can you share a client story or example of someone who um, transformed their life after starting a franchising?
Yeah, absolutely. So, there was a former, minor league baseball player. He didn't make it all the way to the big leagues, but he was a very successful minor league baseball player. He got done playing and he went into the corporate world, and he was really struggling with, again, time and freedom and spending time with his family. And he decided that he wanted to go into business and he wanted to do a family business. And his word that he used was generational wealth. I want to build a business. I want to, provide generational wealth for my family. So he was looking for a particular franchise that he could go in and buy, more than one territory, or in this case, units. That it was a dog grooming business that he bought, and he looked at doing. He did a four-store deal, that four units, and he laid out a plan. The first unit, his wife and daughter were going to run it. Second unit, they were going to open it. And midway through that second unit, he was gonna transition in for from his job, and then he's going to do, number 3 and 4, and they were just gonna run it as a family business to not only provide, money and wealth for himself, but for his daughter and family that will join the business. So he is, well on his way to, achieving that goal, and it was just great how he had it lined up and ready to go. In another world, I had a athlete that was looking said, I probably have 2 or 3 years left to play. And when I come out, I know when I'm done playing, I'm going to have zero income. So I want to have some income. I want to make, $500,000. And he decided he wanted to get into a gym concept that he did. And he's in the process now. He's going to open three in 2 years, because that's when he's done playing, and he wants to walk into that business and, be able to manage that and have that income when he's done playing. So there's many different stories. A story of a person that was in a corporate job. They decided that they were just done with corporate, and had to they wanted to get out quickly, very quickly, and they found a franchise that was a great fit, and that the ramp up time was only 2 to 3 months to get this business going. It was in the home service market, and he transferred. Once he uh, found the right franchise fit, he got going in that franchise, and up and is doing very well, and transitioned from his 9 to 5 job immediately, because he wanted to, in his words, take back his life and take back his schedule. So those are just there's many more just examples, but those are just a few.
Yeah, no, no, that's definitely the great one, I'd say, because uh, it's very important when, like, it's very important because, like I mentioned, it's time and everything is very important for us. It's very precious, and how we are allocating for what, it's also very important to us. So that's the great one. And like, for someone who is listening right now, maybe stuck in a this soul sucking job. I'm so sorry for using that, but like, or maybe feeling lost after a uh, career shift. So, what's the first step to exploring if franchising is right for them?
Yeah, great question. The first step is to just,
Mm.
looking at all the different industries, because in the world of franchising, a lot of people think, "Oh, it's just restaurants. Oh, it's," like I said, there's dog grooming, there's gyms, there's senior care, there is indoor golf, simulator business. So it's about working with, like someone like myself that will help you identify what your interests are and what would be a good fit of what you're looking to achieve. Are you looking to achieve, you're going to be the owner operator of the business? Or are you looking for a semi-passive business? And, so we go through a lot of steps, and we talk a lot about, what your goals are. And we find that, the right franchise matches for you. Or you may come and go, this is an idea that I have. What do you think? And absolutely, we'll show you that. And, one thing we also are talking about too is, we talk about the freedom, the fear, and what the, candidate wants to do, but also, the one thing we really haven't talked about is we're going to pick a franchise or that's going to be of interest to you, and that might replace some need in someone's life of enjoying the work that they do. Oftentimes people will be in a job that they really don't like, and they don't like the day-to-day thing that they're doing, and franchising and owning your own business really kinda helps with that too, because it's something you enjoy doing, and that is something that we, try to make a great fit for and help you achieve that as well.
Got it. That's great. So, that's amazing. And like, what to say? Uh, that's the mindset we need, and the curiosity, not fear. So, and what the right guide, like you, James. Like, I mean, it becomes not just possible, but I'd say practical. So that's a great part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You're right on that. It just becomes practical, and then really it doesn't, when you're working and you're working your day to day in your business, it's you're working on your business, you're working on your freedom, whether that be time, whether that be financially, and it's something that you enjoy, and you're not getting up and going, oh, back to the daily grind.
Hmm. True. Definitely true. Yeah. So, James, I mean, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing this at the beginning of real freedom, I'd say. I mean, whether dear listeners, whether you are leaving sports or stepping out of a corporate life, or simply maybe tired of running on um, someone else's schedule, like James was also mentioning. So, franchising might just be the vehicle that you've been looking for. So that would be a good option, definitely. So because building a healthy mind and a healthy life isn't just about um, meditation or the nutrition, it's all about ownership of your time, your choices, your future, everything. So, James, like if someone wants to connect with you, what will be the best medium to connect?
Yeah, my website, thefrandream.com, the Fran Dream, that's FRANDREAM, .com, and then, want to just send me an email, james at thefrandream.com. I just love to talk with anybody, answer any questions they have, or guide them in any way.
Amazing. That's really amazing. Great. So with this, hope dear listeners, until next time, I'll put all the links into the show notes for your easy reference. And this is your host Avik signing off from Healthy Man, Healthy Life. And remember that freedom doesn't knock. You build the door. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.